Hi, this is Jackie.
Hi, this is Diana.
And you're listening to Home Bodies Only, where we welcome all bodies to join us as we break down and dissect HBO series. And we're laughing. Oh, sorry. Tonight we're talking about The Sex Lives of College Girls, Season 2, Doppelbanger. But you might notice that Diana's voice is a little sultry. Coming off tonight. Maybe the flu. We're not sure.
A flu stint. Stint with the flu.
Sounds so different to me. I don't know.
That's better than last week when I was squeaking. So
you squeaked once, I think.
Oh, you know.
But that might have been the foreshadow.
Yeah.
So we're gonna be a little behind for a little bit due to the sicknesses and
it happens.
The holiday season. It's a little crazy, but I don't know. If you're a true fan, you'll listen. You'll just listen.
You won't miss a beat with us.
Right. All right. So the episode starts off with Bela going to be apparently Dan O'Connell's official student liaison. Dan O'Connell sounds like a little bit like a Jimmy Fallon, right? Like a late night talk show host. But I right away was like, I had this the worst uncomfortable feeling when she said that in the first scene, and I don't know why. I guess maybe I'm just psychic, but I really just had like a weird feeling. I think I thought something's going to get messed up. Like there would be something messed up. I hate to say I went to the negative. So I wasn't like, I was very uncomfortable with the storyline the whole entire time. I just kept waiting. I was like, something's going to go wrong. And it does. Okay. She's psyched. She's trying to get him to, think she's funny. She wants to try to get him to think she's funny. And then she can be an unpaid intern. Like that's her goal. Right. Jackson comes in and checks in on Kimberly. And Whitney thinks they're going to hook up. But Kimberly says it's been clinical. And Leighton's like, you got med zoned. Like she's looking weak and sickly like Tiny Tim. Then he walks in. This is before he walked in. I guess he was texting her about checking it. I don't know why I have that, but he walks in with the post-operative pads. I mean, really, girl, like
you're leaving
tries
those
to deny it. In the giant packaging, like, would you walk into the bathroom with the giant package with your name on it? Like,
no, I'd be bringing a tote bag in there. Come on.
Oh yeah. Like
one at a time. Like one pad at a time.
Why are you going in with a full package?
Come on.
I know.
Young girl mistakes, just rookies.
I don't even think it's that. It's just for the show. I mean, when I was in high school and I had to carry around whatever, I was not. No. Well, I mean, I don't know.
Full display.
So she does try to deny it. You might as well
just get one of those like straps, like when you used to buy diapers for your kids and they didn't have a bag for them, so they would give you like a tape strap. You might as well just put a tape strap on the maxi pad thing.
Just carry that around.
And just carry it around like a pocketbook.
Yeah. Why not? I mean, well, she did have her name on it, by the way.
And it's labeled,
labeled with her name, of course. I don't know who would be like fighting over those. Like, he would be like, those are mine. I need post-operative pads.
Can I borrow one?
Yeah. I mean, if you need that size pad for just your normal, whatever you should really see a doctor. Something's wrong. So like, once again,
please seek medical attention
to put your name on something like that.
No, probably not.
They're gigantic.
And nobody's really going to, that brings me to another point about borrowing. And somebody ever ask you, like, can I borrow a tampon or can I borrow a pad? Like, are they giving it back? I just borrow means like you use
pretty gross.
Can you spare a square? Remember like Seinfeld, spare a square?
Yeah.
No.
The TP?
Yeah. Just careful how you, it was a good episode. Just be careful how you ask about products such as feminine ones.
Yeah, definitely.
Be a little bit more direct.
Yes.
You're not borrowing it. Really.
No,
that bothers
definitely
me.
Not borrowing it. Okay.
Okay, we can move on. Sorry.
Didn't know we were talking about it that much. All right.
Well, us and feminine products.
Yes.
We do like to talk.
We do like to talk about that. I don't know why. Okay. in case you're interested in listening more about us discuss feminine products and my horrible experience with them, you can listen to our episode recap of And Just Like That. I think it's actually officially called No Strings Attached, but we called it, Oh, There Is a String Attached, You Just Can't Find One. So if you want to laugh, I don't know what.
Even if you didn't watch the show?
No, even if you didn't watch the episode.
I think
you'll find it enjoyable.
We went on and on about our
on
inventions too, right?
Inventions, our merchandise.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh, okay. Man, it was good.
All right. Speaking of, we are in biochem. It's not speaking of, but anyway, biochem, there's going to be a lab. Andrew is the guy's name. He's played by a person named Charlie Hall. Sorry. I want to call him Charlie Hall, and I don't know why. It's Charlie Hall. And he, by the way, took over the Sex Lives of College Girls Instagram account the other day. So he was doing the stories. He has the same monotone voice. I don't know why I thought it would be different with him talking. But he seemed very cute, and he was very excited. He's like, "You're going to spend the day with me." And I saw up to that he was going to get morning coffee. He was meeting friends for lunch, and then he was going to go to Target. He was very excited about going to Target. He said it's the best store ever. So he was cute, but I didn't get to see the Target part, and I was hoping to find it on his Instagram page, but I didn't. Okay. So they are going to do a yeast experiment. Speaking of feminine products.
Yeah. Good one.
Thanks. And of course he's paired up with Whitney and Bela. Bella's not there. Basically, no one's happy about this pairing. He says that he's basically going to do the lab alone. You're like, he's like, tell us Whitney, don't worry, we'll get it out. Like, I'm doing it. You can make cover art, like the cover. He's a real jerk.
So insulting.
Yes. Leighton comes running up to Willow and asks, because since Willow apparently knows all the hot girls on campus, who her crush is. She's trying to figure it out. Who her twin is, basically. Yeah. She takes the picture. She shows her a picture, and it's a picture of, her name's Tatum, from the back. And Willow's like, "You're a stalker." And then Leighton's like, "It's not stalking if the stalker is as hot as the victim." And she's like, "Okay, forget I said victim or something."
Yeah.
So her name's Tatum. She's a junior on the tennis team. And Willow points out that Leighton is going through the twincest phase of coming out. And so Leighton asks her to introduce her, and Willow asks her to buy her a jacket. I was like, what?
Out of all things, a jacket?
She's like, "Oh, she'd buy me." I'm like, for what? And then I put, for what? The faux winter that they're having? Because they're not having winter. They don't need a jacket. She asks, she's like, "I know I shouldn't ask a white person if they have," or something like that, a white girl, if she has a tennis racket. And my heat just came on. It's loud. Leighton says, well, I don't know. She names like two different brands, right? I just want to say, I suck at tennis. We played it in PE actually. And because I played softball, like the swinging of the bat and the swinging of the tennis racket, I couldn't I wanted to whack it as hard as I could. I just didn't have the right control because I was so ingrained with, because I was such an amazing hitter. No, I wasn't really an amazing hitter, but I was.
This might surprise you, but I also am not good at tennis.
That does surprise me. I thought you were going to say the opposite.
I know, but
I'm fine with that.
Matt tried really hard. Like, he's a really good tennis player. And he tried to get me out there, and I pretended like I knew how to play. I can't. Yeah. My tennis ability goes as far as the Wii game. I'm good at that one, but not on a real court.
Okay.
Yeah, Wii tennis I'm great at, but not the real tennis court.
I don't know if I haven't played Wii tennis, but I'd probably be better at that than the real deal. I have a feeling.
Yeah, it's pretty good. As long as you don't throw your controller through the TV, you're good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Hold on to it.
And I never owned a racket, so
okay.
My husband might have one though.
He probably does.
Okay at it. I think he's okay at it. Yeah. Well, he would just have a racket just because he's a hoarder.
Just to have one.
But he has played. Yeah. Okay, we're at SIPS. Roger was let go. Kanan thought it was because he had weird.
The scene was great. Go through it, and then I have some comments.
I know. I mean, I didn't do the coffee puns. I didn't write them down, but they were good. Roger was let go. Kanan thought it was because he had weird she on his computer, but basically it's because a student, quote, a student could do his job, and he was there for 30 years.
Yeah.
What? He asked for a Venmo or like a GoFundMe for a thank you.
Yeah.
Because he has no savings.
Yeah.
Then Kimberly leads them in the coffee puns. Espresso.
And this reminded me. Yeah.
Of you.
Espresso. Yeah, whatever it was. But like, I was laughing hysterically, not only from the scene because it was funny or whatever, but that I was like, oh my gosh. So at work, my colleague and I, our social worker, made a coffee pep talk wall. You've seen it?
Yes.
For staff. And I was laughing because obviously they were pointing fun at, the whole like puns and whatever.
I know.
But we literally have like a wall and it says a cup of pep talk, right? And then we have coffee cups labeled with like sayings just like they were using.
Yes. Yeah. All of their puns. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep.
I just am digging, I'm digging the Leela thing, the storyline with like that she's getting more play. And I even saw it on Reddit. There was a thread like talking about her, like she's like she's favorite and all this stuff. Anyway, there's a big group hug. Which is what I had seen a picture of on Christopher Meyer, I believe his name is, Kanan's Instagram page. All right, we have Bela meets Dan at the airport. She's dying to pitch him her material, yada, yada, yada. They're in the car. Mm-hmm. You know what was interesting? So he was on the phone with his agent, I guess, and they were talking about commercial with mayonnaise. And he was like, I don't know, mayonnaise is gross. Now, this is interesting. Jimmy Fallon hates mayonnaise. He hates it. Like, he cannot even go near it. And I never knew why. For those of you who don't know, I went to high school with him. He was a year older than me. And yes, he was very nice and he's all what he seems to be. So, but just like, no, I didn't know he didn't like mayonnaise. I don't know. Why would I know that? But then I remember it coming out, obviously he's talked about it. I didn't know why. He had gotten stuck, his head stuck between, now I'm probably going to mess this up, between two bars, either on a deck, on a porch, on a door, something like that. He got his head stuck. And I think it was his aunt, but it might've been his mom, smothered him in mayonnaise to take his head out. Oh man. And he can't stand the smell or anything of it. So
I wonder if he would fancy the Miracle Whip.
So no, I don't. No, I don't think he can go near anything like it because
Miracle Whip is not mayonnaise.
But it's
don't come at me like that.
The texture. It's the it's the whole
it smells nothing.
Okay.
It's the I don't know. I tangy whip.
I haven't hung out with him in a long time.
Well, this is the time.
This is
we
time.
Really have a burning question.
We have a burning question, which people might have asked him. But I just thought it was interesting that he mentioned the mayonnaise thing.
Okay, listen. If they are playing this guy after him,
but he's not. It's
terrible. It's so terrible.
No, I don't think they really were.
I was like, no, I didn't. Yeah,
I don't think they really are. No, I don't really think they are. I just thought because there wasn't enough similarities after that. Like, I just thought it was weird that he happened to talk about mayonnaise. I thought he was going to be like, I'm so grossed out by mayonnaise, I will not do that or something. Like, and I was like, oh my gosh, that's crazy. But anyway, just fun, interesting. I don't know, it was a fun fact. It's just,
well, he also only had one earbud in and like almost like he couldn't hear her. But then I was like, okay, this whole thing is just douchey.
I didn't even look up who that guy was. I didn't even look up who the guy was. But he was, it's funny. He wasn't, I thought he was going to be more douchey, but then he really wasn't. I don't know. I just kept waiting. Like, what's going on with this storyline? What's going on? But it was just making, I kind of was like, I didn't even want to take notes on the storyline because I was like, I don't know why. I was just like, I'm not into this right now. Okay. We're back at Sips and Leela is waiting on this like adorable professor and she's being awesome with him and he's so cute. And then Kimberly suggests she applies for the manager position and she just gets peed off. She's like,
yeah.
Rah. Then they're all eating at the, I don't know why, campus center. Where do they eat? Why can't I? Dining hall. God, I keep wanting to call it a cafeteria. I don't know what's wrong with me.
Yeah.
Okay. Kimberly tells them about Leela. Whitney tells them about Bio Bro, is what she's calling him, icing her out.
Yeah.
Leighton and Whitney argue about math versus science. And then Kimberly's like, maybe you're the nerds and I'm the cool roommate. They're like, no. Then Bela gets a text or something from Dan. He has a zit. So I guess she's supposed to help him. I don't know.
This is all really.
Yeah, it was just annoying. It came out of nowhere. Like I felt like I wish they had referenced it in the last episode. Like, wow, this guy's coming. You can apply to be a liaison. Right. But all of a sudden she's just a liaison. Like, how did that happen? That's why I think it also bothered me. Okay. Now they're playing tennis. It looks very hot out. Again, I don't know how Vermont in the winter you'd be wearing like, and I loved Leighton's top,
and the skirt.
I liked the V-neck, and I mean, I wouldn't wear that because I don't play tennis, but I liked the top a lot.
That was spring. That was a spring.
Oh, that was
right there.
That was summer. I mean, spring in Vermont is not that hot.
Okay,
I'm
just
saying.
I just mean not what they're portraying.
No,
right now.
and I think Tatum had on like a tank top, like a sports bra tank top type thing. Yeah, I just was like, what?
Who plays tennis in the winter outside?
I know.
Like that with that.
No, they don't.
Did we miss it? Was it inside with lighting that looked like outside?
No, I looked. I looked. You could see the mountains in the background of California. Yeah. I assume, not Vermont. Okay.
Putting this together.
Really bothering me. Okay. I wrote they should have filmed. They should have filmed it inside. Like they should have done it as an indoor tennis court, which I've seen before, which they have around here. I know they had that in college. My college at SUNY Albany. Anyway, that's all. Okay.
You know what they do in the winter in Vermont? Guess what everybody's doing? Skiing.
Smoking. Like smoking.
Oh. No, they're skiing. They're snowshoeing.
Yeah, if they're going to do an outdoor sport, or they're going to do a sport, an outdoor sport, they are.
We haven't even touched upon that, and they're in
nobody's
freaking Vermont.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody. It's like literally their life in Vermont.
Yeah.
That's what people do. I know they're not all from Vermont, but like we have a college in Vermont and nobody has a ski team.
Nobody's
skiing.
Or like no. Didn't even talk about that.
It's really bothering me.
She chats with Tatum. Leighton does. She tells her she's going to the comedy thing. Tatum kind of makes fun of it, calls it Gen Pop. And like this part bothered me. I'm like, Leighton, grow something. Grow a vagina, actually, because vaginas are stronger than balls. Grow a vagina. Be yourself. Like, really? Like, I don't know.
Obviously intimidated
by her, which I'm like, all right, come on now. That's enough. That's why I wrote, I just wanted her to be herself and stand up for herself. So anyway, so now we go to Biolab, and Whitney brings donuts to the bio turd. That's what I wrote. He doesn't care and says that he wants to go to med school. And like, this whole thing means a lot to him. He's not some rich soccer player, party girl whose mom will bankroll the rest of his life. Whitney stands up for herself, and then she spills coffee all over his papers.
I mean, as soon as she brought the coffee,
you knew she was going to spill it.
She's going to spill it all over.
She's going to spill it all over. Look like a jerk. Yep. Okay.
The donut thing was funny though. You keep skipping over like really important parts. So talk about the fact that he's like, I don't like donuts with like bacon in.
What? The donut with
he made
bacon?
The comment about.
Oh, he mentions that.
He donuts with bacon on them. Like, there are people. So there's actually a donut shop. But he didn't even look at them.
He didn't even.
No, he didn't.
How did he know? That's why I think I skipped over that.
Because she said something about being with these fancy donuts. She's like, I brought fancy donuts.
Oh, fancy. So that means they have bacon on top?
Yeah. Oh. So that's like a thing now. So if you didn't know, like these like bougie, we'll call them bougie, but these high-end donut shops where you get, it's almost like, remember like when cupcake shops were like a big, not that they're not now, but like, you know, like so the places donuts. I'm talking about, DC Cupcakes and the place, Magnolia, whatever, and all these different cupcakes. So donuts now are a thing to make them different. There's actually a donut shop in Kingston that does this, where they have like crazy concoctions on top of the donuts and
crazy,
in the
like,
donuts or whatever.
Stuff.
Yeah, and they're like
this is not
$5 for a donut. But anyway,
We just went to Dunkin' Donuts the other day. Okay, Diamond.
Well, those aren't real donuts. So
whatever. What's a real donut? A bunch of fat and sugar. What are you talking about? Okay.
Well, I just back in the day
I just
at
have to
Dunkin'
say,
Donuts. You keep going.
No,
I love you.
What? Go.
I have a thought, and it needs to come out.
Oh, sorry.
Do you remember like real donuts though? Back when your Dunkin' Donuts was the same back in the 80s, 90s when they actually made them
there was no
like
Dunkin'
now
Donuts
they come frozen
in the 80s.
Oh, you guys?
I'm
didn't
sure.
have it?
Oh, yeah. We didn't have a Dunkin' Donuts in Sorgady's until more recently.
But the one, did you ever go to the one?
No, I mean, I know it existed. No, I didn't. But no, I know it was time to make the donuts, and there was a commercial with the guy, and he would go at night, and they'd actually make donuts. I know they don't make donuts.
They literally made them in the back, and now it's like
I know
it's just sad. So I'm sorry, I wanted to talk about the donuts for a minute. They needed some time.
Going to reference now. Now, of course, I'm going to go on about the donuts. So you talked about having bacon on the donuts. I believe, I could be wrong, but one of my favorite books ever, and even grown-ups can read this book. It's called Who Wet My Pants?
Oh, dear Lord.
Bob Shea. Okay.
It's such a good book.
Well, I think I make it better because of the way I read it.
Yes, you do.
Because the author actually would not have done the voices that I did. It is fantastic. It has a big bear on the cover. His crotch is wet. I am not kidding.
Yeah.
It is a kid's book. It's Bob Shea, and then Zach O'Hara, I believe, did the illustrations. I mean, it is fantastic. And in the beginning, he's bringing them. It's like a troop. I'm not going to say Boy Scout, Girl Scout, because it's a combination of different animals.
Yeah.
And they're camping or they're at a camp, and he's bringing them donuts. And I think there's one with bacon on it. So I had heard of that from that book, which I learned of that book right before COVID stuff. So it was like early 2020 when I took that book out of the library.
I can remember that book, and nobody reads it better than you. Like I was in tears.
Thank you. I actually showed him a video of me reading it, and he had no comment. I gave him like private access to. Yeah, I messaged the author and said, "Hey, I read your book. Can I put it on YouTube?" He's like, "No, you can't because of the copyright." I was like, "Oh, no, I didn't though. I had it private." And I was like, "I really want." Well, it would have just been taken down. I'm like, "I really want you to hear me read this." He's like, "Okay." Send him the link.
Nothing.
It doesn't say like that sucked. Well,
feedback. Sorry about that.
Well, sorry about this
COVID
tangent.
Hit.
No, it was during COVID, I think, when I messaged him.
Oh, shoot. Okay.
Yeah, so he should have.
All right. Well, still, it was awesome.
So let's just keep going. Yes, if any of you would like a private viewing.
Okay.
I think I can share it with you.
Your host.
Hey, it's funny, even for grown-ups. Okay, let's get back to
on
what we were doing.
Here we go.
Okay, Kimberly's walking on. I'm like, I have to do this with my fingers. You see that? Kimberly's walking on campus.
Mm-hmm.
Leela calls to her, and she got her a coffee, and she drew Elena Kagan on it because she knows she liked her. I'm like, who in the heck?
Who's that?
Is Elena Kagan? Of course, I Googled her.
Mm-hmm.
She is an associate justice of the Supreme Court of the United States.
Oh,
she's an American lawyer.
Probably know that.
Oops. Why should you know that?
I don't know. Shouldn't we know who all of our...
We don't know who any political people are. I mean, it's... Okay. That's why we just lost a bunch of listeners. Okay. Anyway. Oh, wait. She was nominated by President Barack Obama on May 10th, 2010, and has served since August 7th, 2010. She is the fourth woman to become a member of the court. Nice. She was born and raised in New York City. All right.
I love it.
There you go. All right. So, but apparently Leela tripped with the coffee, and now it looks like Chris Farley. Another great one, though.
Chris Farley, I know. I do.
Chris Farley, I know.
Also, there was nothing in that cup, so.
Yeah. Diana's the expert on that.
Yeah. The only time there was any liquid in a cup during this episode was when the professor was holding, and there was like the foam.
When she served him the coffee.
Mm-hmm.
Well, also when Whitney spilled the coffee, but there might have not been when she first walked in.
True.
Know. Okay. Kimberly apologizes for insulting her, and Leela says she overreacted. Thinks she'd also be good at it. But interviewing scares her. Kimberly says they can do a mock interview, and Leela says, okay, but she's never done any kind of role playing outside of a sexual context. Bela now is in the dressing room with Dan and he asks her for help with the topic, like for a joke. And she gives him some ideas like of things that are happening on campus. And then she pitches herself for an internship, and he says to send him her resume, and she's very excited. And this made me think about who came to anyone exciting come to your, did we talk about this? Who came to your college to perform? Because I got a good one. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Did we talk about this already?
50 Cent came to my college to perform.
I feel like we talked about this.
Outcast. Mm-hmm. Remember Outcast? They came to my college to perform. I can't remember the other. Those are the two that stick out as like big time.
The one that sticks out to me that I went to. It was Lauryn Hill and the Fugees. And Biggie Smalls was supposed to be there. Biggie.
Shut up.
Effing Smalls, but he got arrested like the night before and couldn't come.
Dude.
And then he died.
That's crazy.
Like a year or two later, whatever it was.
What the F?
I know. Can you believe that?
That's huge.
How did we get
bananas?
I'm really sure
like,
it was
when I was
Hill. Does that make sense on timing? Wait a minute. I'm messing that up.
When did the Refugees album come out? Like the Fuji?
Wait a minute. I might be messing that up. What?
That was in the 90s.
You know what? Yeah, but I saw Lauryn Hill, and that was when she went solo. I'm pretty sure it was Lauryn Hill. I like now I'm thinking. I'm going to sound like an idiot.
Biggie
now I'm
Smalls
like,
died,
was it Lil Kim? No, Biggie Smalls died after I was in college because I lived in the city.
In like 96, right? Wait.
Yeah, I graduated college in 93. No, I'm sorry. No, I graduated high school in 93. I didn't think Biggie Smalls died while I was still in college. Oh my gosh, we're going to go off on a tangent. But now I feel I thought it was the Fugees. But why would? Oh my God. Now I sound like an idiot with the timing.
It's okay.
It was either the Fugees or Lil Kim. But I don't think.
Wow, that's.
Why am I messing that up? I know, two different things.
I mean, was it the hardcore album or was it the Refugees album? I mean, these are two. Listen, I think I still have my Lil Kim CD somewhere.
We're going almost 30 years ago, so please forgive me. Because apparently my
Lil Kim,
1992.
Oh, what a great year!
Was when that album came out. It says, they formed in the early 90s. I think it was them. I'm pretty sure it was the Fugees.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Anyway, I hope
three
I'm right
of those.
With that. Okay. I know Biggie Smalls was supposed to be there though, and we were all like, "Oh." Okay, so he does his first joke about the girls' softball team. Everybody laughs. He gives a shout out to Bela. And now I just wanted to say, I actually liked her dress. I could not find it on Shop Your TV. It's plaid, the tie. It's a bad
lots of plaid.
I thought that I know there was a lot of plaid again, but I thought it was really cute, and I could not find that on Shop Your TV. There's also one called Worn on TV or something like that. .com, and nope, neither one had this outfit. Okay. Kimberly and Leela are role playing. Leela's like, so she can't do it. And Kimberly says to show them the real Leela, the one who does care. So Kimberly asks her again why she wants the job. She says because Kimberly, because SIPS is her community. She says more than this, and she wants to be the leader of her community. It was very cute.
Aww.
Then Kimberly reminds her of the most important thing, to wear a bra.
Yes.
After the after party, after the comedy show, Bela is telling Eric, I just want to make sure I get this right. Bella's telling Eric about Dan. And then I'm like, wasn't Eric there at the comedy show? Somehow he missed that part.
Why wouldn't he be? He's part of
Catalan and all that.
Yeah.
So he wants to meet him. So he gets the beer for him and like kind of butts in and gets the beer for him instead of her. She introduces him, and Dan is impressed that he's the editor of the Catalan because half of his writing staff is from the Catalan. Eric compliments him for bringing back the late night variety show. Yeah. And he's like, oh, give me your writer's packets. And Bela like doesn't really know what that is. And of course, Bela doesn't have it, but it's going to work on it that night. Eric has one already. Dan puts his number in Eric's phone. I mean, Come on. And also, why is I don't know. I thought it was kind of weird that
why is he at a frat
at the party. I know. And then he says, okay. So then he says he's going to go to the bathroom and he really hopes a drunk frat guy like hugs him while he's at the urinal. What kind of frat house is a urinal? Or is it like a frat house, like a school frat house where they have urinals in their bathroom? But I thought of that. I was like, frat houses were houses that you lived in, and there weren't urinals. So sorry, I just had to critique that.
Although these frat houses are a lot different.
Right.
They probably
so
have
they
urinals.
also are part of the school, maybe. So then they do have urinals? I don't know. Okay. Bela starts arguing with Eric, saying she had dibs on him. He's like, it's my dream too, and he'll do whatever it takes. And I was like, when I watched this a second time, I was like, maybe this was foreshadowing for her. He says he'll do whatever it takes. Okay. We're at the lab. Whitney finds a mistake that the guy made. Now I just have to show you. I took this picture. I had a lot of fun with the background. I don't know if you could see the jeans. No, it's not good. It's too bright. They look, here you go. See that? They look like Wranglers. Remember Wranglers?
Wranglers, yeah.
Yeah. They look like Wranglers.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Okay. He tries to blame her for the mistake, but he made the mistake before she got there. And he says, you did one thing right, but don't get carried away. Then he thanks her. He takes his sweater off, and electronic 80s sounding music starts up. Beep, boop, beep, boop. Yeah. And she's staring at his arm.
Of course.
Then we go to the Theta party, and Leighton sees Tatum and says she needs to avoid her basically until she graduates. Kimberly starts to say that like Leighton builds things up in her head, and it's not really that bad. And then Tatum rolls her eyes at her. And by the way, I didn't notice this again until the second time around, but Kimberly is wearing a really cute denim, maybe it's Wrangler, just kidding, denim dress. That the first time around, I don't know. I think I just thought it was a black dress or something, but it's denim.
I was digging it, and her hair done up is cute, but like I was like, oh, I just wish you had a little bit more of a earring on or something.
Yeah, she needed some jewelry.
She had
no jewelry on at all, basically. Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I feel like this is Mariah in the background dancing. I was trying to freeze.
Oh, shoot.
I was like, wait, is that Mariah? From the last episode. Okay.
Yeah.
Leighton runs into, I love looking at the party background thing. That is like my favorite part, especially if I pause it because I'm taking notes and just to see the people in the background.
Yeah.
It just looks funny.
Yeah.
Okay. Because I would love to be a background, extra at a party scene in this show. I mean, that would be really fun.
Yeah. That would be a good time. We'd fit right in.
We'd totally fit in.
We would totally not stick out at all.
No, not at all.
No.
Leighton runs into Tatum, and finally, Leighton acts like herself, stands up for herself. I was like, yes. She says, there's no way you're as judgmental as me. She says she has had the same Prada boots, but way too many seasons old to keep in her closet. Boom. Well, I did a boom emoji. Tatum gives her her phone number to put in her phone. And what's really funny is she's like, oh, she sees the 917. I used to have a 917 cell phone when I lived in the city.
Shoot.
And she's like, you're from New York too. And then her number is 516, and that is Long Island. It's not New York City. And
don't be calling yourself a New Yorker.
There's a big difference. New York Stater.
New York Stater. I still have my Buffalo. I never got rid of my Buffalo area code. I just can't.
Oh, yes. I do that. Yeah.
I won't. Proud of it.
For a while, the 917, but then I think I had whatever
switched
I was
over
doing.
to the 845, right?
I did.
Pressure.
Yeah. And actually, this is funny.
There was a time. There was a time I was pressured to switch to, it's
good for you.
Savings.
Holden. Good for you.
You could switch your number. It'll be cheap. No, I am sticking on to my
area code.
Hold on to the nights. Hold on to the area code. Sing it, Richard.
What?
Were you singing Richard Marx or Wilson Phillips?
Yeah. Right?
Richard Marx, right?
To the night. Yeah.
That came on in the grocery store the other day.
Oh, wow.
No, wait. Hold on a second. I went to the grocery store yesterday. Yes.
Oh, weird.
What was it? No, it did. And it comes on often. Oh, I was at Adam's. local place. Yeah. And so I tried to it's a jam. Okay. In my opinion, that's a jam. That is something
so you
I
were
would
trying not to sing out loud, or you were singing out loud?
I always sing when there's a jam on.
Yes, I do too. I do too. Can't help it.
I don't hold back. I think I've talked about the fact that my dream job is to be a DJ in a grocery store.
Oh,
we haven't talked about this, have we? Sorry.
No.
We should probably have another private conversation about my vision board because it's got that in it now. Anyway, I love a good jam. Richard Marx, hold on to the singing, whatever. And I said to the cashier, I was like, oh, this is such a good jam, right? And she had nothing to say about it. No comment. Like, did you not hear me? Are we not from the same generation?
Yeah. And even if she didn't know the song, have a nice
day.
She probably was just like, maybe she was delirious.
I don't know.
Adams can make
it is the holiday season,
and it's Adams.
And then the guy behind me had a Bills hat on, and I thought we'd connect a little bit because I had my Bills hat on, and
I don't
he didn't.
Like you. Wow.
He didn't even make eye contact.
Yesterday?
I went. We had a big day yesterday.
I'm sorry.
Big game.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it was. I mean, I know I was a little rusty. I'm coming off, being sick for so many days, but
you looked sick, but you didn't know, and you're like, "Hi, everybody." You're like, "Do you like this jam?" She's like, and then you're like,
"You just get out of my line."
You have a red nose with snot. You're like, "Why is everybody mean? What the heck?" It's only the flu.
Smiling at me. Come on, I'm a nice person. What? I was sick. I'm better. It's great. You're wiping your nose with a tissue. Yeah, just,
love those bills. Okay. No, that's not you. You wouldn't be doing that, but it just would be really funny. You're like, I don't know why no one would talk to me. Okay. I have to say one more thing about the area codes. Okay. The landlines in New York City, the area code is 212. When we got, so I think the first apartment I had, we got the 212, and then we got we had to we got a new phone line, and it changed to 646. And we were like, what the hell is
They
this?
ran out of 212s.
I know. We were so pissed off.
Yeah.
Because this was also before cell phones were big too. So.
And this was a huge episode for Seinfeld again. And probably Sex and the City at one point.
Oh, I
remember the Seinfeld one distinctly.
Yeah, I think.
But I feel like this may have been a Sex and the City reference about area codes.
Yeah,
it's very touchy
so
for
upset.
New Yorkers.
Yeah, but I mean, especially because cell phones weren't as big. Like the home phone was still needed. Okay, unlike today,
it's
I still have one.
Do I have to dial 1 to get to that?
Yes,
it's down the street.
I remember that. I remember that.
Yeah.
That was very upsetting. Okay.
I'm so sorry. Oh,
thanks. Okay. Jackson shows up at the party.
Oh shoot!
Kimberly shows Leela. I didn't put all the stuff that Leela said, but Kimberly says she's been med zoned, and then Leela's like, "Practice what you preach." So you're like, "Go up to him," blah blah blah. So she does, and he asks how she's feeling, and she says, "I am good. I am up for anything." And next scene,
oh boy,
they're in his room. I was like, "Yeah,
I didn't think it was going to go to that.
I didn't think that fast.
No, me neither. I thought there'd be more.
Apparently, there's going to be a wrench in their relationship. So I guess we'll see what that's going to be. People, if they're listening to us at all, they probably are like, "Duh, we've seen the next 7 episodes, and we already know what that is." But
catch up, people.
Yeah. Now we're in the lab again, and Andrew catches her looking at his arms. She denies it. He's like, "It's okay." He doesn't mind. He leaves, and did you notice he does a little look back at her?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, that was interesting. He, I talked about the Instagram thing, blah, blah, blah. Okay. Now we're at Sips. Leela got the job. Kimberly asks if they can end their shift early, and Kanan adds they can head to the KJ house to play some Pong. And she gets all strict with them, and she found out she gets a bonus if she keeps the profits up. Okay. Bela pulled an all-nighter. That's the next scene to get the packet done. She is wearing a Champion sweatshirt. I took a lot of screen pictures today. I can't really tell. Yeah. And I was kind of excited about it. She says she'll never have it done. And Eric's will be so much better. And Leighton says he has nothing on her and she's funny as hell. And she tells her to take every opportunity to make him remember her. So she decides to go to his hotel room and sleep with him. I was so upset.
Yeah.
Were you upset?
I don't think that's what Leighton meant.
No. And that's why, too, like, and Eric's like, oh, do whatever it takes. Like,
yeah, no. Like, really, we went with the storyline. It makes me so angry.
I'm so upset about it. I'm so upset about it because she's using her body to get attention. Yep. Like, really? Come on.
We're writing the storyline for young women again.
I know.
Not to get all like, whatever.
Feminist,
but like, really?
Like, no, I was.
And I'm not that person. I'm really not. And I'm not going to go there right now. But like, really?
No, I was disappointed. Like, really, this storyline.
Like college girl. Like, come on. No, not her. Not these girls.
Yeah, not them. Come on. And just the desperation. I mean, I get if that's what you want, but the fact that he said, like, send me your resume. Like, she.
Do you think it was a dream? Could it be a dream? And she's like,
no, because I saw a preview.
Oh, shoot. Okay. I was hoping it was like, she was like writing, like, and then he was like, oh, that. Son of a biscuit.
According to the preview.
All right. Shoot.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry. Okay.
All right. Well, whatever. Not a fan.
No, I wasn't happy with it. But I am dying to watch 7 and 8. Maybe we'll combine them.
Do it. Maybe not. We'll see. See what we have time for.
We might not be done with this till Valentine's Day, but that's okay. We get to milk it.
Okay.
We don't get paid for this, so hey.
Yeah, listen.
All right. Yeah, but if you want to, you can contact us, and you can anywhere.
Yeah,
I'm everywhere.
I'm followers. I just wanted to let you know on the Insta.
Oh, our HomeBodiesOnly pod got a couple.
We got a couple of newbies.
I think today. I think they know you though. And not,
yeah.
Well,
listen to my velvet voice here. I'm up to 120.
What? You were only up to like 100
I was
last week or something.
Yeah, 120 followers. Now, I have no idea who any of these people are.
That's okay.
And they might be
bots or hookers.
Scamming me or finding out all of my personal information as we speak, but I'm up to 120 followers.
Good for you. I found out that I think who did I get an email from? I think it might have been Apple Pod. Now I don't know if it was Apple Podcasts or Buzzsprout. Said that if you get 30, at least 30 downloads in the first 7 days of an episode, we're in the top 50% of podcasts.
Oh, excuse me. So share this with all your friends.
Woohoo!
Make our dreams come true.
Average? That means we're average.
We're average. We are average.
I'll take
I could be average for now.
That's fine.
Yeah. Be your average pod. You're just an average podcaster. No big deal.
Podcaster. An average podcast.
And an underscore in the name.
More and more, I'm finding more people with underscores in their Instagram names.
Yes. Okay. It is quite popular. We're kind of trending. We're trending with a lot of things these days. So, yeah.
All right.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Bye.
Okay. Bye.